The Golden State Warriors. Without doubt, one of the most dominant dynasties the NBA has ever seen. Led by the greatest shooter and one of the most influential NBA players of all time in Steph and Curry, alongside NBA greats in Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, the Warriors have been an omnipresent threat in the NBA. But could their era of dominance be coming to an end? The Warriors, despite literally winning the 2022 NBA championship last year, currently sit at the 6th seed in what is a very open and close Western Conference playoff race this season. And despite having a strong home record relative to the rest of the NBA, they currently have one of the worst away records in the league at just 9 wins and 29 losses. And this isn't 2019-20, where the Warriors were missing both Steph and Klay and subsequently finished with the worst record in the league. They've had their big three of Steph, Klay, and Draymond for most of the season, although have missed Andrew Wiggins for a large portion too. With new long-lasting eras of dominance opening up for consistent challenges like the Bucks and potentially Tatum and Brown's Celtics, this may be it for Steph Curry and the Warriors. But this doesn't mean it's a disaster. Eventually, all eras come to an end. Steph is 35, and both Klay and Draymond are 33 respectively. They've all won rings in 2015, 2017, 2018, and 2022, and reached the finals in 2016 and 2019. In those championships, the Splash Brothers have been pivotal, with Steph and Klay consistently hitting 40% from 3 or close to it in each playoff run. They also formed arguably one of the deadliest starting lineups in NBA history, with their versatile lineup of Curry, Klay, Iguodala, KD, and Draymond Green in 2017 and 2018. NBA fans can criticize them for letting slip a 3-1 lead against the Cavs in 2018, but that was still to a rampant LeBron James, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. And who knows what would have happened if Kevin Durant hadn't injured his Achilles in Game 5 of the finals versus the Raptors. All in all, this Warriors dynasty has been nothing short of spectacular, especially when you compare it to what was expected of a new Lakers dynasty with LeBron and Anthony Davis at the helm. But, like AD on the Lakers, we're starting to see injury problems creep up on players who, in the past, were almost always reliable. And whilst age doesn't necessarily necessitate injuries, it does engender a decline. Despite both the likes of Klay and Draymond reminding players and the general NBA fanbase of multiple times, the 4 rings they achieved in 2015, 2017, 2018, and 2022 still occurred in the past. At the time of writing, they have a record of 38 wins and 36 losses, a team just above 500 after 74 total games played. And to put it in context, in their 4 championship seasons combined, which does literally include last season, there were combined 148 games above 500 at the 74 game mark. It can definitely be argued that this can be down to age, but it can also be argued that, alongside Wiggins' absence for large portions of the season, they've lost their spark plug off the bench due to poor form. Despite averaging more points per game than he did last year, Jordan Poole's field goal percentage and 3-point percentage have both dropped notably this season, in a year where he was expected to either ascend into a starting berth or perform more consistently than he did last year. People could possibly find a way to link Poole's poor form, as well as the Warriors' entire chemistry and camaraderie, to the incident in which Draymond swung at Jordan Poole shortly before the commencement of the season. But some things just can't really be explained. As already mentioned, the Warriors have been atrocious away from home this year, with an incredibly poor record of 9 wins and 29 losses away from home. And this poor away form has also been as a result of the Warriors players' poor performances away from home, with Klay averaging 18.9 points and 42% from the field in away games, while averaging 24.5 points and shooting 45% from the field at the Chase Center. Something just isn't clicking for the Warriors at the moment. In the space of less than a year, they've gone from a home win percentage of 51.5% to 50%, and from an away record of 22 wins and 19 losses to just 9 wins and 29 losses. Okay, but as the title suggests, this doesn't mean it's 100% over for the Warriors. I mean, these guys literally won the title last year, beating a strong Celtics team in the process. They've still got their core players in Steph, Klay, and Draymond. And Steph, individually, is performing far better than he did last season, averaging nearly 30 points per game on over 43% from 3. The same goes for Clay, who is averaging near career high in points per game at 22 points per game and 40% from 3. These are players who are still perfectly capable at lighting it up at any time, and that can make all the difference in a 7-game series. Steph and the Warriors' recent away game at the Clippers pretty much sums up their season. Steph scored 50 points on 71% shooting, and the Warriors still lost away from home. But as long as Steph and Clay can retain their form come playoff time, the Warriors have the experience and mentality that a deep playoff run requires. These guys know how to win, including when faced with adversity. Draymond can and will give it his all on the floor, especially on the defensive end. And Steve Kerr has the tactical know-how to compete in a 7-game series. Although this is assuming that the Warriors actually make the playoffs, which based on their record and form may not actually happen for reasons I've already pointed out. But assuming they do, which their mentality and ability to just switch it on can aid them in doing, their outstanding home record has to be a massive factor for them. They're 29-7 in home games, almost the opposite of their away record. And sure, they may be the disadvantaged team that plays less home games in a 7-game series from the very first round in the playoffs. But if it's the Warriors, with Steph, Clay, and Draymond in the playoffs, will their away form in the regular season really matter? After all, their go-to starting lineup of Curry, Thompson, Green, Wiggins, and Looney has still outscored opponents by 145 total points, with only the Nuggets' starters having a better scoring margin. So, despite the emergence of potential new dynasties and strong contenders across both conferences in the NBA, the Warriors do still have the pieces and the experience required to go for it again this year. The enduring impact Steve Kerr and the Warriors, led by Steph Curry, have had on the NBA is unprecedented and commands the greatest amount of respect from all basketball fans alike. Steph and Clay, but especially Steph, have revolutionized three-point shooting, and the Golden State Warriors franchise has become one of the most popular in the world. However, with an incredibly poor away record in the league, the Warriors have to hope that this does not translate into the playoffs. Otherwise, there is no chance for this dynasty to win their 5th title. There are signs that this Warriors dynasty is coming to an end, but it's not there just yet. If you guys enjoyed the video and want to see more NBA content like this on a weekly basis, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.